Hey guys! So, yes, hi, hello. We are starting off with one broken nail. I broke it off like literally before I sat down and filmed, and it hurt like heck. So, today, like I said, we are going to be reviewing, testing out the brand new Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette X Morphe. If you guys own the first one, you guys know that it's a really good palette. So, this is what the inside looks like. She is definitely a beauty. I love the colors: pinks, purples, reds, burgundies, golds, browns. You literally have every single color that you need. And if you have the first Jaclyn Hill palette, you will find that this is like the perfect sister palette to the first one. So we're going to start with our base. I'm going to take the P. Louise base. I haven't used this in a long time. I used to use it a lot before I started getting, not before I started getting into like eyeshadow, but before I started really packing on the colors. This was one of the first like base that I bought. So we're just going to pack that all over the lid. I did go a little bit heavy hand with the primer, and you guys will see later on that I kind of regret it. So I'm actually going to dig into the first Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to take the darkest brown shade. I don't remember the name of it, but I will have them listed down below. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pack that into the crease, really doing a good job at packing it on the Volume 2 palette of Jaclyn Hill. She doesn't have deeper shades, which I personally don't mind because I already own this palette, the first one, so it's just kind of easy to just go back and forth between both of the palettes. I am going to take my little Vermona color switch and just clean off my brush. Then we're going to dig into the Volume 2 palette. I'm going to take the shade G Money. This shade called my name when I was looking at this palette. It's just so pretty, and it's like a mustard caramel shade. I love this shade. It's super pigmented, very creamy, and easy to blend. So what I did is I just packed that on top of the shade that we just laid down. This is going to help us create that beautiful blend that you guys know that I always strive for. So we're going to pack that right on top, packing it on first, and then we're going to go back and just do a little bit of blending. Now, as you will notice, I do go back and forth and reapply the colors because I had not used this P. Louise base in such a long time that I forgot that this does stay tacky. So if you are personally not used to a tacky base, you might not be a big fan of this. I like it, but for some reason it was just giving me a hard time blending the colors. I know that it wasn't the palette because the formula is the same as the first Jaclyn Hill palette. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and take the shade Perfectionist. Oh my god, this top row, you guys, is one of my favorites. I went with a light hand and try to just blend the two shades that we just laid down. This is going to create, again, just that beautiful fade from the deepest dark brown to that caramel shade to just a very nude shade. And obviously, if you don't like to pack on your colors like me, you can just leave it as is and go on about your day. Now for my brow bone shade, I'm going to take the shade Certified. I was so happy and so excited to see that she added a matte vanilla shade because literally her other palettes that's all I needed to be the perfect palette. I needed a matte vanilla shade. It didn't have it, but she did bring it into this one. I went back to G Money and I just pretty much reinforced the colors and added more depth, added a little bit more color and just more saturation to the eyes, if you will. You do want to take your time with blending. Again, the P. Louise base, for some reason, I was having a hard time blending because it stays tacky. This one is better for packing on and not so much doing blending, but that's okay. We worked with it, and once again, I dipped back into the original Jaclyn Hill palette, and I just made sure that I made the crease nice and dark. That way, you don't really work as hard when you go back with your crease. When you cut your crease, you don't have to worry about reapplying the colors. Taking a little bit more of that G Money and just blending the shades, and then I did go back with Perfectionist and just reinforce the colors to really blend out everything, blow it out, and create that nice smoky blown out effect that I usually go for. I'm going to go back with my P. Louise base and we're going to start cutting the crease. You guys can either do a half cut crease, you can do a full cut crease, or you can do no cut crease at all. I just personally like to take this extra step because I really want the lid to be super clean, and you guys will see that I will be adding a pop of color. So for me, it is super important that my lid is nice and clean. That way, whatever color you lay down next will be vibrant and you can see the colors just popping. Alright, so now we're going to take the shade No Joke. When I saw this palette, like literally the yellow in this palette is what sold me. I love the yellow, or I love the color yellow, the color mustard. It's one of my absolute favorite colors, not only to wear as an eyeshadow. I love golds, necklaces, just anything that's like warm tone. I feel like it really complements my skin tone. I used to have my living room brown and mustard, but I ended up switching it up. So yellow is definitely one of my favorite shades, and honestly you guys, so far I was really happy with the palette. I haven't seen too many reviews because I wanted to get my personal opinion. I didn't want to feel persuaded by anybody else or anybody else's review, so I haven't seen a lot of people, or I haven't seen many reviews. So in my personal opinion, from the shades that I used in this palette today, I really like it. Obviously, I can't speak much because I haven't used the purples and the pinks. Sometimes those shades can be a little bit tricky, but you guys know I will have tons of makeup looks coming up for you guys. So definitely let me know in the comment section down below what row you guys want to see. Do you guys want to see purple looks? Do you want to see pink looks? Do you want to see peachy looks? Because there's so many looks that you can create with this palette, which is why I love it so much. All I did now is went back with the same shades that we applied in the crease and we applied them to the outer corner where you cut the crease. You can take this step, you can skip it, but honestly I feel like this just makes or breaks your look. It just really brings and complements the whole look, and it just makes it look so clean. So make sure you take your time and reapply the shades and make it as intense or as not intense as you personally like it. I'm going to dig back into the palette and I'm actually going to take the shade, okay, I missed it, but it's that golden shade that I just pointed to you guys. And I actually just used my finger where I have my broken nail. I wanted to use one of the shimmer shades, but I didn't want to use the gold in the inner quarters, so I just kind of added it in between where the yellow ends and it meets the brown. And oh my god, this shade is so beautiful. I think these are some sort of pressed pigments if I'm correct, but it is absolutely stunning and it definitely looks so much better with the finger. I went back with a tiny little ColourPop brush just to intensify where I cut the crease, make it look nice and sharp. And then I went in with this Italia lip liner. I just cleaned it off and I used it as an eyeliner. I really wanted to keep the eyes looking all brown and super like cute, and I don't know, it kind of reminds me of like a honey bee type of vibe. I don't know, but we're gonna apply some mascara. This is the one that I've been using so much lately. It is the ColourPop BFF mascara. I actually really like it. I'm just prepping my lashes for falsies. I'm gonna take the style Dahlia by the Creme Shop. I actually found a bunch of these lashes at TJ Maxx for like $5, you guys. So this is what the look is like, what it's looking like. I hope you guys enjoy this super warm tone with a pop of color. I will have so many more looks, so make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel. Thank you for joining me for Makeup Monday, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!